All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We got a live stream rocking this morning. And right before we go to church, the irony, the hypocrisy, the absolute, I would just say insanity coming from the Democrat is really, really crazy. Let me know how the audio is. Make sure that's good. I always try to make sure that we've got good audio because I want you to hear what I'm saying and what I'm showing you. Got the Ramadan hat on this morning. We'll be wearing this all through the how many ever months of Ramadan that they're celebrating in New York City. But I want to play you this clip here. This has never been more true. This is Denzel Washington, and it's a gold mine. And then we're going to jump into Zohran Mamdani and the hypocrisy that the Democrat Party is showing. And then I'm going to tell you right now, the Zohran Mamdani honeymoon is over.
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's a great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at, including BS.
Including lying. There's so many people that just want to get the information out first, not accurately. That is so true. And for those that don't know, Denzel Washington's built a lot of homes for veterans near hospitals for families to say. It's sort of like the McDonald's homes or Ronald McDonald House. He's done a lot for veterans. So I have a lot of respect for Denzel Washington. And we're going to move into exactly what is happening in New York City. Some of you may be affected by what's happening there. Apparently there's a blizzard going on. There's an absolute, like a real blizzard. I've experienced some of that, but I've never had to show ID to go shovel my driveway.
Feels like we've been here before. But yes, another major winter storm is on its way to New York City. And it's not just a storm, it's a blizzard. The first one we've seen since 2016. Forecasts are projecting between 13 and 17 inches of snow starting Sunday morning, and there's a chance we might see more than 20. New York City is ready. We are in an enhanced code blue, and our winter weather...
Wait, he said New York City's ready. New York City's ready. I want you to remember that part of the conversation.
Plan is in effect. Sign up for Notify NYC for regular updates. Sanitation has mobilized its full fleet to plow the roads. They've activated more than 2,200 emergency snow shovelers in advance, and will be deploying more than 1,000 starting tomorrow night. If you'd like to sign up to be a paid snow shoveler, you can go to any DSNY garage from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. tomorrow on Sunday. Property owners, salt your sidewalks and be ready to clear snow promptly. If your building loses heat and your landlord does not respond, call 311. Any call to 311 about a homeless New Yorker in need will be rerouted to 911. Outreach team...
Wait, they're going to reroute calls for homeless people to 911. Oh, that won't affect the police department.
We'll be working around the clock to bring people in from the cold. We'll be deploying warming buses, warming spaces, and warming centers. The storm is set to be even bigger than the last, so here's what we're doing to enhance our response. We've brought in additional snow clearing equipment ahead of the snowfall. We're expanding geocoding tracking of bus stops, pedestrian ramps, and crosswalks. We've mandated that a path of at least 4 feet be cleared across all sidewalks to accommodate wheelchairs. We've gotten Lyft to increase the number of snow clearing crews for their
wheelchairs. They're getting the wheelchairs out. Okay, cool. Now here's the really good one. This is from the newspaper, the Daily Mail. New York City mayor blasted for requiring multiple forms of ID to shovel snow. The Democrat Party said voter ID is racist. So I think he went full racist here. I can't understand how anybody is not calling him out for this, right? I mean, this is absolute racism.
This effort, we have added an additional evening shift with 300 shovelers in advance of the height of the storm. And we're utilizing 33 DSNY vans and 2 DSNY buses to transport shovelers where they're needed faster. And for those who want to do more to help your neighbors and earn some extra cash, you too can become an emergency snow shoveler. Just show up at your local sanitation garage between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. tomorrow with your paperwork, which is accessible online.
Show up with the papers. Does that sound German?
At nyc.gov/snow, and you can get started right away.
I love this. How racist has the Democrat Party become that they want you to show ID to go shovel? Let me show you what they're requiring here. Look at this. This is what they want. get paid to help. $20, $19 an hour to shovel snow. It increases to $28 per hour after the first 40 hours worked. $28 an hour. To be eligible, you have to be 18 years old, eligible to work in the United States. That sounds racist. Able to perform heavy physical labor. Well, they just, they're discriminating against disabled people. Registration needs 2 small photos, 2 original forms of ID plus copies, and a social security card. Kamala said not everybody had access to a Kinko's or to a Xerox machine. Wow. Social security card? This is the most racist thing I've ever seen in my life. Is this racist? In the chat, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Is this racist? It seems like the Democrat Party has went full-blown racist. Criticize policy if needed, but comparing snow removal registration to voting laws is misleading. What? This people is retarded. No, these people are dumb. Can you get your mind around this? Look at the replies here. I believe this be taunting hypocrisy on ID. This is why consistency in governments matter. Rules shouldn't change depending on the political objective. I mean, obviously, to shovel snow, you need some damn ID. It's probably the most important thing that you're going to do in your life. And I'll tell you this, if I lived in New York City, they just raised my property taxes like 9.5%. There is no chance in hell I would go and shovel snow for these people. There is no chance in hell. Oh, I want to say thank you to all my super fans. I have developed a new level of super fans for the channel. And a friend of mine noticed this. He said trolls are your ultimate super fans because they will get up no matter what time of the day to come into the chat to watch you. They love you that much. I was like, man, I never realized that. So we might not flush any more super fans. I'm not sure. I don't know if we should or not. If you live in New York City, is it time to move? Is it actually time to move if you live in New York City? Because no voter ID, but we're going to require that for, here's something else for New York City. You might like this one. This is, I don't know where they're going to go pray at now with all the snow.
فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ومن دونهما جنتان فبأي آلاء ربكما.
That's pretty good, isn't it? If they voted for the guy, then they should have to stay. Lock them up. Somebody said in the chat, if you voted for Mamdani, lock you up. You will stay. You will repent. You will suffer. You cannot leave. That's a good way to fix things. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. And it looks like the Democrat Party has got it. I'll tell you this. I'll give you my opinion on what exactly I do believe is happening. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for tuning in, watching the channel. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. You can follow me down on X down below. I believe what you're about to see is that the Democrat Party, and I want you to write this down, I want you to remember it, wad it up, roll it up, stick it exactly where you need it. If the Democrat Party wins in November, they have multiple layers of progress that they're going to go for. Number one, they will lower the voting age to 16 years old. That'll be first thing they do. Number two, they will pack the Supreme Court with about 30 liberal Ketanji Brown Jacksons. Number three, they will amend the Constitution of the United States so that you do not have to be a natural-born American citizen to become president. And you're probably looking at the golden cow right here. This is the guy that will be the first president under the Democrat Party. They will absolutely platform him. If you think I'm wrong, you're kidding yourself. You are absolutely kidding yourself.
And for those who want to do more to help your neighbors and earn some extra cash, you too can become an emergency snow shoveler. Just show up at your local sanitation garage between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. tomorrow with your paperwork, which is accessible online at nyc.gov/snow, and you can get started right away.
They will absolutely make him the next president.
If you want to help out and shovel, you do need to bring 2 forms of ID, fill out the paperwork, and your social security card. But to vote in an election, you don't need any of that.
This is Michael Rappaport, one of the most radical leftists that has ever been on TV or anywhere. And when he is turning on Mamdani, Trump will veto any of this BS. If he's not in office, he can't veto any BS. If he's not in office, because the Democrat Party will try to impeach him. And if they gain the majority in the House and the Senate, you're kidding yourself to continue to think that Trump will save us. Trump is not going to be there forever. You've got to understand this. There's so many black pill doomers that are just telling people not to go vote, to register to shovel in Mamdani's New York City. The level of hypocrisy is just absolutely insane. And there's so many people that are falling for it. They're falling for the garbage. Millions of Americans brace for worst blizzard in history and worst blizzard in 10 years. Sorry. More than 2 feet of snow blanketing the area. I want to care about New York City. I really do. But I'm kind of on the way of somebody that said in the chat, they're going to get what they voted for. They're going to get what they voted for. And right now, you're seeing what you voted for. It's sad. But I'm not surprised by anything that the Democrat Party does. We only have 3 mosques in Arkansas. There are hundreds in Florida, Ridge Runner. They're coming. Our time is coming. We're going to get them, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. Let's talk about this. We got some other big news coming in. I feel bad for the good citizens of New York who didn't vote for him, but those who did are going to get exactly what they vote. That's a good comment. I'll tell you this as well. The Republicans are not good at finding viable candidates. Sliwa was a horrible candidate. Wearing his red hat, his red beret, he looked French. He didn't connect with people. He didn't connect with young voters. He didn't connect with anyone with any level of common sense. Sliwa was a nice guy. He had some old ideas. I would have never voted for Sliwa unless, I mean, I hate to say it, he was the only option. But New York was cooked. And it's becoming, well, easy to see.
That voted for Zoran Mamdani in New York City are now turning against him.
With the greatest respect, in every campaign speech, in every debate where you engage, we opened our ears to listen. Now today, accept the words echoing from us now. Do your job as mayor and leave our taxes out.
Giving only 2 options. You're saying if we don't tax the rich, then I got to increase property taxes. We are not a pawn in Southeast Queens. We are not part of your negotiation tactics.
How many of these guys do you think are going to go shovel snow? 1, 2, 5? They all look like shovelers.
Zoran Mamdani, you are out your goddamn mind.
From Democrats' mouths to your ears. I am so glad that this isn't coming from a conservative group of people. This is coming directly from the Democrats in New York City that voted for communist socialist Zoran Mamdani. I told you guys from the beginning that whatever tax starts off as a wealthy tax always trickles its way down to normal people. And now he's negotiating using the middle and lower class as leverage that if the rich aren't going to pay the tax, then sadly, we're going to have to impose a 9.5 property tax on all the people that voted for him. And it brings the greatest joy to say.
I get a lot of joy out of this as well. And I'm sure there's some of you in the chat the same way. Some of you in the chat the same way. It's the I told you so. The "I told you so" is pretty amazing. It feels good. It really does feel good whenever you can say "I told you so." Vets and first responders, post your job, branch of service. I'd love for you to understand how many veterans we got in the chat, how many first responders, nurses, um, ambulance drivers, police, firefighters, ICE agents, Customs Border Patrol. Love to know that. But what we're seeing right now is the hypocrisy of the Democrat Party. It's going to get worse. There are people in California that are about to experience probably the same exact thing. Let's talk a little bit about this. This is a big story coming out of the Middle East. United States soldiers are relocated from a major military base in Qatar. I believe it's called Doha. I went to Qatar. We call it Qatar. Qatar, whatever you want to call it. American soldiers been relocated. It was kind of an R&R base ran by the Air Force, so it was nice. American soldiers been relocated from major base in Qatar. Senator Lindsey Graham, of course, the warmonger, has called on the president to strike Iran, escalating tensions between the two nations. Do you think it's time to finally just say, Iran, we're done with your games? I'm at the point right now where I believe we have reached that stage in the game where it's time, where we cannot allow them to continue to enrich uranium, and not even the enrichment of uranium. It's the idea that they actually would have a nuclear weapon. The people are unhinged. Their leadership are crazy. I'm not saying Lindsey Graham's good. I'm not saying this other guy's amazing. But I do trust President Trump, and I don't trust these people. I don't trust these people with nukes. Hell, I don't trust a lot of people with nukes. I don't trust the United States with nukes 90% of the time. But the alternative is it's a binary choice in that region. Do you want them to have a nuke or not? Look at this. USS Gerald Ford rolling in. That's going through the Straits of Gibraltar. That's the Rock. Call that the Rock of Gibraltar. They're headed through. If there's anybody in the chat that's a military veteran, a Navy veteran, you know exactly. This is called the Order of the Rock. You get a little certificate just like you do whenever you cross the equator, like the Shellback, the Blue Nodes, Order of the Ditch. There's various little things that we award. This is the Gerald Ford headed to the Med. I'm going to tell you right now, this right here is not something you want parked off the coast of your country when you start threatening America. You don't want that in your neighborhood. Let's talk this. More Trump news. The Trump world explodes as America's biggest bank admits it closed the president's accounts after January 6th. Do we have any people in the chat that use JP Morgan? Because if you do, when is the State of the Union? That is Tuesday night. We'll be live streaming that. Let's see here. Do you use JP Morgan as a bank or credit card? If you do, you might want to find a new one. Because they debanked people that went and peacefully protested. They debanked the president of the United States and all of his business. Chase, JP Morgan and Chase, I believe they fall under the same thing. Chase, America's largest bank by assets, was forced to admit closing the accounts of the president of the United States. Now, Trump's rocking a $5 billion lawsuit at these clowns. I wish it was a $100 billion lawsuit. This is these were all the dangerous, mostly peaceful but fiery protests at the Capitol. JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon finally admitted they debanked the president. If they can do it to the POTUS, they'll do it to you. 1,000%. That's facts. I mean, what the F? JP Morgan concedes it closed Trump's account. This is Jason Miller. He's part of Trump's staff that chased us down. The guy's a legend. This guy is a former communications aide to Ted Cruz, now works for social media with Trump. And this is Jamie Dimon. I believe this guy should be locked up, basically sent to prison for debanking the president of the United States. You can't do, could you imagine if they would have done this to Kamala Harris for her actions and her wins at the border? Could you imagine that if they would have done that? The outrage that we would be seeing? You can't. You can't, because that's not the way that the right plays. We play too nice. Conservatives play way too darn nice. And it's starting to get old. I'm tired of the playing nice crap. Here we go. Let's go here. JP Morgan admitted to closing over 50 Trump supporting bank accounts. I have a friend. Their bank was he was deplatformed for their business. This is absolute insanity. Trump assassination attempt last night. Somebody send me the info on that. I'll see if I can find it. I wasn't aware of that. I just got up and I haven't seen anything yet. Let's see if we can find something about that. Trump. I can't even spell that word. Let's see if we can figure this out. Trump assassination attempt. Was there one last night? Oh, here we go. Thank you very much for showing that. Armed man with a shotgun and a fuel can shot and killed by Secret Service. Palm County deputies after breaching the secure perimeter at Mar-A-Lago last night at 1:30 in a possible failed attempt on President Trump. Wow. Man armed with a shotgun and a fuel can shot and killed. Here, let's read this. February 22nd, 1:30 a.m., a male in his early 20s shot by U.S. Anybody think he was a furry? Deputy from Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. Congratulations and God bless that man. Following unauthorized entry into the secure perimeter at Mar-a-Lago, U.S. Secret Service agents and PBSO deputy confronted the individual. No U.S. Secret Service or PBSO were injured. There were no Secret Service protectees. The incident, including the individual's background, actions, potential motive, and the use of force. They're not showing this on the news. This is not something that's getting mainstream news. Oh, hold up. Here we go. Fox News is actually reporting on this. Let's go.
Well, obviously that's a secure.
Here we go.
So can you tell us what you know at this hour?
Well, obviously that's a secure, extremely secure area. I've been to the property, as many of you have, many times. Breaching the property, if what we have from the early reports is accurate, and we have no reason to believe otherwise, with a gas can and a shotgun, it appears the intent seems built in. That side of the property, the north side of the property over there, they've made a number of significant security enhancements. I know the director now, who had been the SAC special agent in charge, Director Curran now was a special agent in charge of former President Trump's detail between 45 and 47, obviously, is very familiar with the property. They made, again, a number of very significant technology enhancements. They put a lot of money into securing the location. But ultimately, in the end, you know, there was an interdiction here by a human being, and they're going to be the ones who are obviously the decision makers. And it appears from the early reporting, and we'll see what comes out, that they, you know, in order to enact any kind of deadly force, which happened in this case, you have to have a fear of serious physical injury or death. It appears the agent or officer who was involved thought that to be the case. The early reporting of a weapon seems to indicate the obvious reason why. And then from this point on, the FBI and the Secret Service, me having been on both sides of the fence, the FBI has an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding with the Secret Service, where the FBI will take over the crime scene in a scenario like this for, you know, obvious reasons. You don't, if there were, and I'm not suggesting at all this is the case, but if there was some kind of security lapse that required an investigation later, you wouldn't want the Secret Service investigating themselves, and vice versa. If it happened with the FBI, you wouldn't want them investigating themselves either. So we'll generally take over the crime scene. There's usually a smooth transition. The Secret Service will designate some crime scene agents in advance at every site. They have a little
Let's go here. I think there is a, let's go here. I think we've got a press conference here from the Secret Service. Let's go right here. All right, let's go live here. Let's see what they've got.
And then following Special Agent in Charge Barros will be the FBI Special Agent in Charge of the Miami field office, Brett Skiles, and that is B as in boy, R-E-T-T, and Skiles is S-K-I-L-E-S.
Let me know how the audio is here.
Once
it's only
those
one
individuals
channel.
are done speaking, Sheriff Bradshaw will come back up and close out the press conference for you all. Any other logistical questions? Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm going to mute this. I've got another clip here to play while they're waiting to come on here. Let's go here. Thank you for sharing this. Wow, audio's great. Okay, cool. Let's go here. I want to see what else they're going to tell us here. We'll be flipping back. Oh, here we go. We got, oh gosh. Okay, this guy's arrested Jesse James.
All right. Couple of ground rules before we get going. I'm going to give you all the information that I can give you and I'm allowed to give you. The other two gentlemen with me will give you a brief statement also. After that, we'll ask for a couple questions. We're not going to take a lot, but I want to warn you right now. Make them relevant to exactly what I'm talking about. All right? No what ifs. What about this? Don't get off base because we're not going to answer that. We're going to give you what we know and what we can. All right? So keep that in mind. So you good to go? All right. My name's Rick Bradshaw. I'm the sheriff of Palm Beach County. I have with me from the FBI, Special Agent in Charge Brett Skiles, Special Agent in Charge Rafael Barrios from the Secret Service. Also, I have Resident Agent in Charge David Clancy. At 1:30 this morning, the security detail detected that a individual had made his way into the inner perimeter of Mar-A-Lago. A deputy and two Secret Service agents on the detail went to that area to investigate. They confronted a white male that was carrying a gas can and a shotgun. He was ordered to drop those two pieces of equipment that he had with him, at which time he put down the gas can, raised the shotgun to a shooting position. At that point in time, the deputy and the two Secret Service agents fired their weapons and neutralized the threat. He is deceased at the scene. I'll give you a picture of the shotgun and the gas can to have with you. So that's what we know now. Investigation continues. The FBI is the lead investigation agency on this case, and we will be assisting them in whatever manner they would like. And they will be responsible for answering any other questions at an appropriate time. Agent Skiles. Thank you, sir.
Good morning. Again, my name is Brett Skiles. I'm the Special Agent in Charge for the FBI's Miami field office. First of all, I'd like to thank the Secret Service and Palm Beach Sheriff's Office for their quick response in this matter and close collaboration. Since this area of the shooting was under Secret Service protection at the time, the FBI is assisting the investigation. Currently, our evidence response team is processing the scene, collecting evidence, and we'll continue to work the scene for as long as it takes. One thing I would ask the public is if you live in the area of the shooting, please check your exterior cameras for last night, early this morning. If you see anything that looks suspicious or out of place, please contact us at 1-800-CALL-FBI or contact the West Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Rafael Barros. I'm the Special Agent in Charge of Secret Service Miami Field Office. Earlier today, two special agents from the Secret Service and a deputy from the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office were involved in an officer-involved shooting while responding to an armed individual at one of the gates at Mar-A-Lago. Preliminary information indicates that the individual was armed with a shotgun and a possession of a gasoline canister. Agents and the deputy discharged their firearms to stop the threat. At this time, no law enforcement personnel were injured during the incident. We want to be clear, the President of the United States was not in the state of Florida. And this remains an active investigation by the FBI. Thank you.
Okay. This is the picture that I'm going to give you of the shotgun and the gas can, so you got it with us. All right? So you'll have that. Like I said, there's a lot more investigation to be done. FBI is the lead agency. We'll be assisting them. And fortunately, nobody was in jeopardy inside because of the quick action that was taken by the deputies and the Secret Service. All right. Do we have any relative questions? All right.
I want the gender and sexual ideology of the shooter.
All right. Okay. That's it for today. Say that again, ma'am. There's two agencies involved: Sheriff's Office, Secret Service. Well, that's under investigation right now. Okay.
Was this person known to law enforcement prior to the incident?
Not right now.
Can you clarify where on the perimeter it happened? You mentioned
At
by
the
the
gate.
gate.
Yeah.
At the front gate over there.
Yep. They're the north side.
North side. Right. Inside of the gate or no?
He was just inside the inner perimeter. Yes. All right.
Was anyone involved wearing body cameras?
Pardon me?
Was anyone wearing body cameras?
Yes, we always do.
Were any words exchanged between the officers and suspects?
Only words that we said to him was drop the items, which means the gas can and the shotgun.
But the suspect never spoke.
He put the gas can down and pointed the shotgun at the officers.
Was the shotgun loaded? The shotgun.
I don't know.
How many shots were fired?
Don't know that either yet. It's part of the investigation. Okay, folks. Thanks for being here. That's it. Sure.
Thank you.
I'm just going to say here that was the most useless, the very useless press conference. They showed us the gun. They didn't tell us how many times he had shot. They didn't tell us who he was. Now, I understand it's an active investigation, that maybe we shouldn't know everything that's happening right now. But 7.5 hours after the fact, you would think they would give us a little bit of information. I mean, it is our president. I want to know, I want an alibi for Kamala Harris. I want an alibi for Hakeem Jeffries. Question in the chat, yes or no. Will they ever stop? Will they ever stop going after Trump? I don't believe they will. Oh, they're just going to take the cameras down. I don't know if they're going to go after, if they will ever stop. Here, let's go here and see if we can get some more info.
In a fuel can, as you look on your map here at Mar-A-Lago, at the top of your screen is north, at the bottom of your screen is south.
So this would, of course, be the third attempt that we know of on the life of President Trump. Last night, he was not at Mar-a-Lago. He was at the governor's ball, the governor's formal ball at the White House. But this is incredible news. We're going to have a press conference at 9:30 a.m. We'll obviously be taking that live.
And so the North Gate, we think, would be the one that's right behind on your screen, right behind the little inset box showing the state of Florida, would be right there. And that is the main gate where.
But no, let's focus on Nancy Guthrie. I'm sure Fox News is all over some Nancy Guthrie coverage right now. Let's see what else we can find here. I don't know if Newsmax is covering it. Fourth attempt. Was it the third or the fourth attempt? Let me know in the chat there. I want to see if anybody's covering this on Newsmax. No. Fleeing from California, fleeing from Oregon, Iran, aliens. Okay. Let's go if anybody's covering, if they're covering anything else. Somebody said, no, they'll never stop. There's one story on Fox about this 25 minutes ago. Wow. Holy crap. I don't know if they will ever stop. Let's see if I can find anything on X about this. Trump assassination attempt. Let's go here. This was Butler. We know that. Here's the image of the shotgun. They're starting to use gas cans now, aren't they? Gas cans in vehicles. Does that sound a little similar to Iran or Afghanistan? What is this? Who is this? Okay. Is this the guy? No, this can't be the guy. Armed man with a shotgun and fuel can was shot and killed by U.S. Secret Service in possible failed attempt. Suspect photos below. Are you serious? No, this is the comedian guy. That's the comedian guy, Sam Hyde. That's Sam Hyde. He's a comedian. That's not him. See, this falls back to people want to be first and not right. That's Sam Hyde. And no, Clint Eastwood wasn't responsible either. Brainwash lefty. That's very true. They won't stop. I don't believe they're going to stop either. This was the third attempt in October. Fabulous Dono. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. We'll get that. Do you think the shooter was a Democrat? That's my question. And the question in the poll, did the shooter have ID? I doubt it. I seriously freaking doubt it. Because that's racist. Here, let's go here. News is all over this already, or at least news coverage outside the United States. Gunman shot dead. Armed man is killed by Secret Service entering Mar-A-Lago middle of the night. Secret Service, the white male. Oh, they love that term. White male, early 20s. Obviously a MAGA voter. 2 Secret Service agents. He put down the gas can, raised his gun into a shooting position. That's deletion by police. Ceased man's identity has not been released. No Secret Service agents were harmed. It's understood Trump wasn't there. Stayed in the Capitol. This is going to get worse, guys. This will get worse the closer we get to the midterms. The closer we get to the midterm elections, it's going to get worse. You know he was a Democrat? Democrat. Well, CNN and these other platforms will go with, let's see if CNN's covering this. Let's see if CNN's covering this live. I'm sure they're not going to cover this. There's no way they cover this. Comedians, tariffs, Iran, tariffs. Nope, nothing. Nothing there. A lot of Epstein. Let's go MSDNC. MS Now, I think is what it's called, actually. He got lead poisoning. Yeah, he deserved it. Let's go MS Now. Nothing there. Nothing on MS Now. Let's go Newsmax. Newsmax has got to have it, right? They're the best. Newsmax has to have this. Newsmax has to have it. Nope, nothing on Newsmax. See what they're covering live. Here we go. They're covering it live. Okay, let's see what they are saying live. Let's see.
Stuart, the picture that the officer held up, we couldn't exactly see what was on it, but it was hard for us to see. Hopefully we are receiving that soon.
Why did they need an Australian news reporter? Were they out of American chicks?
That's of the fuel can, what he was planning to do in it. But from your expertise, what would he may have been wanting to do with those 2 items?
Well, sir, a gas can and a gun and a reporter, she's blonde, wearing a cocktail dress at 5 a.m. What would he have wanted to do? Set something on fire and shoot people? Is she that retarded?
I think what he was hoping probably to do is to use the gasoline as an accelerant to start a fire and maybe as a distraction, and then, of course, maybe continue forward into and onto gaining further access or entrance into the Mar-A-Lago property.
Are these reporters this dumb? If you're absolutely right, it's not going to stop them. These reporters are this dumb.
So you have a person who came well prepared. Obviously, the gasoline as an accelerant, which is obviously very combustible, easily ignitable. That is a big concern.
I can't believe where they get some of these news reporters. I mean, wow. He's got gas and a gun. Could you tell us what he's going to use those for? Oh my, honey, go back to working the club, the corner, being an escort, whatever you're doing. Your looks are not helping you right now. Hello, McFly, you dummies. Who hires these people? No resume. Oh, blonde, nice legs, short dress, you're hired. These people are stupid. News reporters are stupid. Let me find that clip again. Let me find this. This is so gas expert opinion. Gas is an accelerant. Oh my gosh. Let me find this again. This is so relevant that I started the show with this clip of Denzel Washington talking about the news. I can't get my head around this. I really can't understand how these people can honestly wake up and go on the news and talk about this.
There's been a lot of buzz about this fake news. You were the subject of a fake news story.
Oh, yeah. What'd they say? I was running for president. No, I voted. No, what'd they say?
You switched your support.
I switched. Yeah.
What do you make of all the fake news that it affects
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's a great question. What is the...
If you read the newspaper, you're misinformed. If you don't read it or watch Fox News or CNN, you're uninformed. This is so freaking true right now. Oh, they got another expert over here. Let's see what he's going to say. Guns are for killing people. He'll probably say that.
Beefed up. The electronics have been beefed up. The number of agents and their
Ron, can you just give us just a rundown of what it's like at Mar-A-Lago? I'd like to bring...
Oh, my God. Shut your face. Shut your freaking... What's it like at Mar-A-Lago? Well, for one guy, it's not very good. For one guy, it's not pretty good. Let's see if there's any news on this. I want to see if there's any other legitimate news. Here, let's see. I'll help. You can watch me search for this in real time. Okay, so we're not seeing anything here. Tracking historic blizzard, Mar-a-Lago. Let's see what
pull that trigger and then ultimately shoot somebody and kill them in this incident. So they're going to be taken care of with respect to investigating.
Where did they get this guy? Who is this guy? Oh my God. Who is this person? Hold on. Let's go here.
Advisory Secret Service agent. As you get this information, break down kind of your thoughts overall.
Well, as we've spoken before, Josh, with the numerous events we've covered together, you know, an outdoor property like that, a lot of acreage, a lot of space to cover with cameras and fence.
This is filler. I just want to know who he was, who was paying him, what his ID said. Was he registered to vote? Who was he voting for? How many furry boyfriends did he have? The acreage on the property.
Gasoline can and a shotgun. He wasn't there for any good purposes, and we don't ever like to.
Well, let me give you a boom shakalaka for that one.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
He wasn't there for any good purposes. He showed up with a gas can and a shotgun. Do you think he was going to be the sous chef and make omelets for everybody on a Sunday morning? Was he delivering Bibles?
See anybody killed in an incident like this. So you're going to see the officers and agents now go on administrative leave while the investigation continues. They're going to make sure that those officers and agents went through all of the proper.
They're going to go on administrative leave, and I'm going to go back over and. Where do they get these so-called? Does this guy look like an expert in anything?
So they to
protectees, including.
Does he look like an expert on anything except which restaurants deliver the fastest in his neighborhood? This is the DoorDash poster child. This is the Uber Eats poster child right here. If they said, sir, what Italian restaurant makes the best stromboli in your neighborhood? He would have an answer in 44 seconds. Well, it'd be Luigi's on the corner of blah, blah, blah. It's item number 6 on the menu. Where do they get these freaking clowns?
The president who are there on the property at the time.
No, with respect to perimeter security, that's going to remain in place all the time. The things that are going to change when the president and or his family is in. The
only perimeter security that needs to be established is him and a buffet table. When they see him rolling into Golden Corral, they are pissed. They're like, quick, heat up the fryer. Get it going. Oh my God, where did they get these so-called talking heads? This is criminal, the way that the news media works right now. The sheriff didn't have any information about him. No one can tell us anything in the moment. Right. Believe that if you want to. Believe it if you want to. I'm not playing the game. I am finished with how that they deliver this information. They're given talking points. They're like, hey, quick, find 4 blondes in a cocktail dress with nice legs, put them on the couch over at Fox. Let's call it Fox and Friends. Get 6 angry lesbians, put them on MS Now, and let's call it We Hate Trump. Let's find 4 wackadoodle dudes with bad glasses, put them on CNN. Let's call them the Hate Trump train. Let's get some people that are washed up and put them on Newsmax, and there's your news coverage. Deal with it. There's your news coverage. My blood pressure is rising. My blood pressure is going up. I'm going to tell you right now. Because I'm tired of I'm tired of having my leg pissed on, and I love Aussie News Chick. Sorry, I don't. Expert opinion, gassing is an accelerant used to start fires. Team Morph, can I hire you as a phone a friend expert? Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Turn the audio down. I will hang up on you faster than the IRS. Swear jars and Bible. I'm trying not to swear today. Numbnuts couldn't get the snow cleaned up. Now he's got at least another foot more coming. The story will not be that someone tried to take out Trump. The story is all going to be about voter ID, and you need a Social Security card. So if you need a Social Security card, does not mean only citizens can shovel for illegals. Basically, yeah, you're a slave to the illegals. Adult white males go shovel snow for the Julios down by the schoolyard. Line 2, go.
Yes, I was just wondering if that was a pump action shotgun, and what was the grade of the gasoline? Was it 93 octane or 83?
We're going to have to get an expert from the local Shell station to tell us what grade of gas that is.
Thanks, Ben.
Isn't it ironic that the questions you're asking are probably really relevant where they're going to get these experts?
Unbelievable.
That's the reporting we get when someone tries to go and kill the president, yet we get 73 days of helicopter footage from Nancy Guthrie, and we get that the guy ringing the doorbell bought a backpack at Walmart and he had rubber gloves on. That's what we get from that.
There's the whole street in front of Guthrie's house is lined with news people, and we get these clowns at Mar-A-Lago.
I think now I know a lot of people like Fox News. I know a lot of people like Newsmax, but I can't. I think, oh God, I just don't like any news coverage. I just can't. They're so out of touch. They are so biased, and Fox News is probably the best of the worst, but it's still not good. Thank you for calling. God bless you. It's still not great. And half of the people on Fox News hate the president. Fox blows. Well, they got the right girls to do it, right? Ban assault shotguns now. Why hasn't the rich daughter offered? Yeah, that's true. Line 2, go.
Do you think CNN or MSN will cover this at all today?
I am looking at their channels right now, and I absolutely doubt it. Do you think they will?
Maybe they will next week. And they're going to say, why they say 3 attempts? It's been 4 attempts, if I'm right.
I think you're right. Correct. I think you're correct. I think there were 4 that we know of. 4 that we know of.
That we know of. Yeah, you're right.
And I don't know what to say, but I think Newsmax is just as bad as the others. I don't think that they do as well as they should. I really don't. I found something here last night where I was watching through and I saw Carl Higbee going after Trump, and I'm not a fan of that. I think right now we have to come together, and Carl Higbee going after Trump, it looked so weak is what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? It's a feeble attempt that these people are doing. I'm going to try to find this. Let me see if I can find it. Thank you for calling. God bless you. Take care. Let me see if I can find this. Some of you are going to like Newsmax. But I'm going to show you something. Where did I find this? Wait. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is Carl Higbee over at Newsmax. Fellow veteran. I'm not going to say anything about military service. Remember when we were promised that we were going to abolish the Department of Education? Yeah, me too. Actually, the Department of Education is being dismantled right now. It is being dismantled. So, Carl, you're in the circle. Why go after Trump for something like that? He is taking apart the Department of Education. I just don't like the idea that they throw pebbles. They throw little tiny pebbles. Lines are open. Let's go. Mark in Pittsburgh. I got them lined up. What you got, Mark?
Hey, Ben, I was wondering, do you think if they kill Trump, do they actually think that they're going to save the Voting Right Act, the SAVE Act?
It'll save the Constitution. The Constitution will be saved. America will be saved. We have to get rid of Orange Man bad.
This is so difficult, man. This is so he's playing with fire, and he got to douse him out.
I'll tell you where this comes from, and I'm going to show you it. They had a Democrat governor's rally in California. I believe this Katie Porter, I think is her name, is directly responsible for what happened last night. Mark, thank you for calling. God bless you. Take care. See you on the flip side. There we go. Let's go here. Let me show you this. This was in California last night. Controversial, well, I just call her angry Karen governor candidate, Katie Porter. I think her name's, Katie Porter. Look at the sign that she held up. It said F Trump. This was last night at one of her rallies. This is at one of her rallies. I mean, she is obviously the nutritionist for the Dallas Cowboys or something like that is what she's doing right now. She's a nutritionist, right? This is the same woman that dumped hot mac and cheese on her husband. She held up a sign at a rally. Blue hair septum ring, I guarantee it. Let me go here. I just want to get an idea. Let's get an idea of just where you get your news from. I really want an idea. Where do you get news? Let's go here. News. OAN is unwatchable too, but I'll put it on there. Let's go right here. Where do you get news from? Lines are, I'm going to open them back up. But this is ridiculous for them to continue to, they say turn down the temperature in the room. They're not turning down the temperature in any room. See if I can find that clip. Oh, this guy. Chad Bianco. I don't think I can vote for that guy. Let's go here if I can find this real quick. Katie Porter. I hate to do this, but I'm going to. I'm going to show you this. Yeah, let's go. This is what they were doing last night. I know there's some language on here, but I'm sorry, you're adults. Deal with it. 1, 2, 3. There you go. She holds that up. And then she tells the entire rally to chant that. That's what they were chanting. That's what they were chanting. Does that help anything? Does that help anything? CNN and yeah, they're waiting on talking points. 1,000%. 1,000% they're waiting on talking points. Private investigator claims cartel behind Nancy Guthrie's investigation or abduction. Well, it didn't take a private investigator to figure that one out. I could have told you that. See if New York Post has got anything about Trump's. Here we go. Final warning, gun recovered, pump shotgun, 87 octane gas. We got it, right? Gunman to drop items before they open fire. Let's see if they've got anything that we can. This is
pieces of equipment that he had with him. At which time he put down the gas can, raised the shotgun to a shooting position. At that point in time, the deputy and the 2 Secret Service agents fired their weapons.
800, call FBI or contact the West Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. Thank you.
You forgot podcasters. Yeah, I don't count. I'm not a news person. I just give you my opinion. This is pitiful, guys. This is absolute pitiful that this is the level of information we get. They didn't tell us the length of the barrel. I'm sure Candace Owens will spend 19 weeks on this. Right? Steve Bannon will probably cover this. I mean, well, where was Steve Bannon at? I want an alibi for Steve. Let's go here. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me your best shot. To all my super fans in the chat, which are the trolls, the super fans are starting to really heat up. We're getting a lot more of those. Is he like 89? Yeah, I think that sheriff, I think he arrested John Wilkes Booth. I think he arrested John Wilkes Booth is who he arrested. That's the second person from North Carolina. Wow. Okay. Let's go. Bobby, Tennessee. What you got?
Hey, this will be Trump's fault. He's against gun control, and he's lowered gas prices so much, even furries can afford it.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't it be his fault? Why wouldn't it be his fault, right?
Well, everything's his fault. You know, the blizzard's his fault. Hurricanes are his fault. You know, I mean, everything that is bad or good, there's no two sides. It's all one-sided for the left. It's all one-sided.
Bobby, thank you for calling. I appreciate it, brother. God bless you.
All right.
It is all one-sided.
Was seen by a north gate of the property carrying what appeared to be a shotgun and fuel can. As of right now, the sheriff saying not just they believe it, but it appears that is the case, that he had all of that there and that he raised his weapon at officials there. So essentially, he was fatally shot. And now the Secret Service agents involved are on administrative leave. That is, of course, standard procedure in a situation like this. We are still awaiting some reaction from President Trump and likely lawmakers. As you can see there on your screen, House Republicans put out a post.
Oh, this is a good post by House Republicans. Yeah. Masters of the obvious, anyone? Gosh. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Love to talk to you. Like to pick your brain on what you're expecting from the news. My expectations are lower than whale poop right now. I'll tell you that. Because they're not covering this. They don't. This is pitiful. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. The level of coverage. Line 2, go.
Yeah, this is Vic from Mansfield, Arkansas.
Sure, what you got, Vic?
Yep, I was just going to say, you're getting everything all wrong on the shooting here and the information from the news.
What am I getting wrong?
Because they got to wait.
What are they
before
waiting
they get out the information.
Mm-hmm.
Is the reason why is that poor guy, he was just hired probably by the groundskeeper to hunt gophers, and he was using the gas for his he had to go back and get the drill to drill a hole in the ground and to shoot the gophers when they pop their head out.
Oh yeah,
They just killed an innocent guy, and it's all Trump's fault and the Secret Service guys' fault.
Yeah, little
There you
Caddyshack. Caddyshack. Thank you, Vic in Arkansas. Caddyshack. It was all the guy was just there to get rid of the iguanas. The guy that was there just to get the iguanas. What's the cure for TDS? Lichen Wolf. I think the guy last night got the cure for TDS. A little lead poisoning. Let's go. Line 3. What you got, line 3?
I watched you for the last year,
And this right here, I'm just tired of these stupid ass Democrats.
You know, I don't know. I don't know if you can just say a group of people. I think there is a select deranged little group, and they're not going to stop until Trump is literally in a bag, or they get their way. And you already know what I believe their way is. They want to pack the House, pack the Senate. They want to amend the Constitution. They want to put somebody in office like Mamdani to be the next president. That's what I think. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is I think they're fixing to start something with some people that they don't want to start stuff with.
Why are Republicans, why are conservatives so weak, so feeble, so always on retreat, backing up? Why?
Well, I can tell you from what I know from where I am. I'm in North Texas. I hunt, I fish. I just want to be left alone. I run a small business. I don't ask for help.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
You just want to be left alone. That's what most of America wants. My membership was kicked. My bad. I need it just now. Oh, there you go. Join the channel as a member. It's 10 cents a day, $3 a month to become a member on the channel. You always get priority on a lot of things there. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Pursuit of happiness. You're absolutely right. Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. Man, I just don't know where it ends, where it quits, when it ends, when it quits. Does it stop if they get rid of Trump? Is that the actual end goal? I mean, they're deranged, politically deranged. I don't know how much further we allow this stuff to happen. New member, Jim, I can't even say the last name. I'm just going to call you Jim. Team Morph, new member. Thank you very much. I always try to get 10 new members on the channel. Always try to get new members on the channel. I don't know when it stops. I'll tell you what's weird, though. This happens the day after Trump says, you thought you were getting rid of tariffs? Well, here's 15% more. Is this a World Economic Forum thing? Is this a globalist thing? I believe you can make the case for it. I believe you could make the case. Look at this. Indian National, I can't even say his name. He's just an Indian guy, some just stinky guy from India. Stole $6.6 million from old people. He's 23 years old. This is out of Florida. Right? That's Florida. Whew, gosh. Here you go, Florida. Buckle up.
Department of Justice officials say they're putting fraudsters on notice, and they want anyone who is over the age of 60 to reach out if they suspect they've experienced fraud.
Rather than angrily trying to confront the fraudsters himself, he helped turn the hunters into the hunted.
United States Attorney John P. Heekin announced the arrest of 23-year-old Artharva Sathawain, who is now sentenced to 18 years in prison for taking and laundering more than $15 million from elderly victims. They found 13 victims, but were unable to identify 15 others.
I'm thinking electric chair.
The scammers we are dealing with are highly skilled manipulators. They know exactly how to make victims believe that they are talking like a real official and sometimes law enforcement.
Sathawain was here from India on an expired student visa.
Expired student visa. I'm thinking electric chair for that guy. That's my theory for this one. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. I'm just at the end of my rope whenever it comes to tolerance. I am at the end of the tolerance rope. I cannot, I don't have any more cheeks to turn. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate the $1 super chat. I hope that dollar had never went near a stripper's butthole. Thank you. I'm just at the end of my tolerance whenever it comes to this level of stupidity, this level of ignorance. I just don't know how much further down the rabbit hole that we go with
that are not immediately known.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's get another expert on. Newsmax is all over it. Let's get an expert. I don't know where they got this guy. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
And that will be done quick coming. And the reality is the Secret Service, the Palm Beach Sheriff's Department are outstanding. They're excellent. They have layers and layers of layers. I see it all the time. They stop everybody. They do the right thing.
Let's go here. Let's see what we got. Let's get a good call. Line 2. What you got, line 2?
I am so pissed off. It's Jim, Ben.
Yes, sir.
And what are we going to do about it? We going to wait till Donald Trump's in a body bag?
It sounds like that's what. Well, let me ask you this. What did we do about Charlie Kirk getting killed?
Nothing. Everybody stayed home and didn't vote.
What did we do about Donald Trump getting shot?
Nothing.
What did we do about the attempt on his life at Mar-A-Lago by the weirdo that partied with Zelensky?
Nothing.
What did we do about the shooting in Las Vegas?
Not a damn thing.
Why do you think we'll do anything differently now?
Are people scared? Are the Patriots scared to do anything?
I don't know if they're scared or if they're just so damn complacent.
Are we going to wait and they're going to cheat their way in, take our rights away, Second Amendment, freedom of speech, lock everybody up, put everybody in prison for just speaking their mind?
Jeff in the chat just made a real comment here that I want to ask you. Jeff, thank you for the chat. The comment. He said they knew exactly who this person was 5 minutes after it happened. Do you agree with Jeff?
I absolutely do. They probably had him on the radar and he was able to get close.
I believe they probably allowed it to happen. Allowed him to get close. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Thank you for calling, buddy. Appreciate you, Jim.
All right.
God bless you.
All right.
Pack heat, stay faithful. Do we need to get violent? I think we need to get more defensive. I think we need to get more defensive. I don't think you need to get more violent, but I think you need to be more ready. You better be more ready. Let me show you this. What do you think was done about this?
This afternoon, a mother says she just wants answers after her special needs son is found wandering miles away from his school when he was supposed to be in class.
I don't feel safe. I'm just scared to go back. There's something could happen that same day again.
11-year-old Richard Harley says he doesn't want to go back to class after he was found wandering, scared and alone, miles away from school grounds following a student-led walkout protesting ICE.
We were supposed to stay on 72, by the school, but they did the exact opposite. It went just way more farther, and no one even knew how far they were going.
So you kind of got
I was like the last one, so I was all alone.
The incident happened Tuesday morning at Dundee Middle School in the far northwest suburb where the 6th grader is a student.
What's going on?
His mother says she was not notified about the walkout, and because her son has special needs and an individualized education program, or IEP, takes issue with him being allowed to leave campus without supervision or parental authorization.
Why didn't I get, a notification that he was tardy, or absent for that matter? Why didn't they even bother calling in?
Blaisdell says her son didn't understand what the walkout was about and merely went along with the other students when they went outside. She says the protest turned dangerous for Richard when he couldn't keep up with the other kids who were marching along Main Street and Route 72 Higgins Road. Blaisdell said her son called her in a panic.
He said, you just need to come pick me up. I don't know what's going on. I'm very scared.
The 34-year-old mother of 3 says she called police but was able to locate her son through his cell phone about 10 minutes later near the busy intersection of 72 and Randall Road.
It's not right because my kid, again, is supposed to be safe, in school.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And we're allowing this to happen. We're allowing this to happen. Not only are you allowing it to happen, your taxes are paying for it to happen. Think about that one. Your taxes are funding it. Line 2, go.
Hey Ben, Pure Blood here, Arizona again. I did that for a living. The IEPs. I was a caseworker, and this school is screwed because she has federal protection for this child under the IEP. Everything she's saying is 1,000% right, and she's going to own that school. Her son's name's going to be on that school. I'm telling you, they are screwed. HIPAA, and he is a disabled child. He should not have been removed, and she is so right. He has to be watched. He cannot leave the school. He is under a different protection because he is an IEP child. You understand?
I understand. I just don't know if you will get a liberal judge to ever penalize that school. What do you think?
I pray that they will, but you know what? The way things are going, like your other caller called earlier, I feel 1,000,000% on his, just like him, pissed off 1,000% because of what's going on. So you are right, but you know, it's so upside down. I just can't process it. I'm so over it, you know? So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that because the IEP is a whole nother ballgame, and I know how nothing.
Well, I appreciate you calling. Thank you for your career. Thank you for your service. I really appreciate you calling about that. There's so much that, you know, that a lot of us don't know. We aren't aware of. We don't understand the rules. We don't understand the games. But what happened? Permission letters take kids out of school? What happened to putting tampons in boys' bathrooms? I'll raise you that one. I'll raise you that comment. Right? They don't care. They do not care. I'll show you a guy that does care. Let's go here. This was just a couple of days ago. Listen to this.
Children will be taught to love America. Children will be taught to be patriots. Children will be taught civic values for schools that want federal taxpayer funding. So as we close the Department of Education and we provide funding to states, we are going to make sure that these funds are not being used to promote communist ideology. For any nation to be successful, it cannot teach its children to hate themselves and to hate their country. So these are a few of the areas in which President Trump has fought the cancerous communist woke culture that was destroying this country, where we were led to believe that men were women, that women were men, that racial discrimination was good, that merit was bad, and that safety and physical security mattered less than the feelings of liberal ideologues.
So true. Somebody said, do teachers take an oath? Do you think that matters? Do you think that they're going to be held to an oath? Great show, The Radical Left, Slow Cooking, Frogs in a Pot. Retro Bill, thank you very much for the super.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
An oath doesn't matter to these people. An oath doesn't matter. They'll violate you. They'll violate the flag. They'll violate the graves of the soldiers that fought for it. They don't care. Lines are open. What do you got? Line 2. Go for it. Good morning, line 2. The heavy.
Hey Ben, how are you?
Go for it. What you got?
I was just wondering what you think of this.
Call back whenever you're ready to chat. The awkward silence is a little weird. Call back. Put your sentence together. Put your thought together before you call. Turn down the audio. No big deal. What about your oath? I did take an oath. Support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Right now, we're seeing domestic enemies. Right now, we're seeing domestic enemies right now on every freaking street corner. And I'm telling you, it is getting freaking worse. And I just want to say this, and, you know, I'll finish that thought in a second. Line 3, actually. What do you got, line 3?
Hello.
Go right ahead, line 3. You're on the show.
Hi, good morning. I'm from Lakeland. And I wanted to just make a comment that it used to be schools could not take children out of school without parental consent.
Okay.
And I feel that, you know, parents used to have to give consent to even go on a bus trip somewhere from the school.
Okay.
I would like to know why that's not happening anymore.
Let me ask you this question. The Democrat Party wants children at 4 years old to be able to determine which sex they are. So
Yeah, well,
taking
that's
kids out of
completely-
schools is, I'm going to say it, it's important, but it's pretty low on the priority poll right now, right? I mean, it's important.
Yeah.
But whenever the Democrat Party resorts to a 4-year-old picks up a Barbie doll, suddenly Tommy is Tammy. I mean, that's the real problem, right?
Yeah, well, I'm just disgusted with the way they're going after the children so hard. And where are the parents? Why aren't the parents going by busloads to these schools and demanding something?
Well,
you know, accountability.
You know,
it's our tax money, you know?
I agree with you. The parents should absolutely own 50, 75, 80% of the blame because they don't know what the hell's happening to their kids. They don't know what their kids are being told, indoctrinated with. I agree with that 1,000%.
Well, thank you very much, Ben, for taking my call. My name is Marlon. Thank you.
Marlon, you take care. Great call. Thank you so much. A lot of the blame has to go on the parents. They're disconnected. You saw that lady, single mom, 33 years old, mother of 3. I could defend her, or I could just say, how much did she know that was going on? Right? The mom needs to sue the school, the teacher, and the city. I 1,000% agree with you. When's the last time you saw a school get shut down? When is the last time you saw a school get shut down? I can't even wrap my head around the last time a school was shut down. I literally don't have that answer. But they should. Got to attend PTA meetings. I agree. For the pups, thank you very much, Stormy Red. Thank you. For pups, great. Thank you so much. Let's grab a couple more calls here, man. People are fired up. People are fired. I'm very pissed off that somebody tried to kill our president again. Again. We should never use that word. I just caught myself using the word again. Carrie, Ohio. What you got, Carrie?
Hey, man. How you doing this morning?
A little fired up, Carrie, but you know what? If I wasn't fired up, I wouldn't care about America.
I want to see if I can get you a little fired up a little more.
What you got?
Do you think that any of these teachers that are allowing these kids to go out and protest are getting money from these NGOs that are paid protesters?
1,000%.
See, then what we need to do is shut down the money. Cam Higsby went out to California and found all these places that are getting money for all these demonstrations and stuff. When we shut that down, some of the problem will go away. That's what I believe.
You've got to cut the head off the snake. You're absolutely right.
And that's it for me today. I hope you have a great day today, Ben. Thank you. We love you guys.
Thank you, Butch. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. God bless you. Great call. Oh, let's see. Jimmy. Ben, I just called and talked to you. The real red flag is the map you showed yesterday about all the mosques in the United States. I'm ready to say when. You're 1,000% right. The indoctrination is occurring in real time in your face. It's happening. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the next move is. The first move, I believe, should be voter ID. That should be the first move. SAVE Act. And that's probably what I told you a couple of days ago, that the military industrial complex will try to keep itself alive. It does. Think about last time or think about what got rid of Kennedy. He wanted to pull out of Vietnam, which would affect the military industrial complex, which would affect all of the money surrounding that. And they got rid of him. And it was, many people believe it was the CIA. They got rid of him. Here, let me play this clip, and I want to get your opinion on this one. We'll take some calls after this clip. Let's go first right here. Let's take this one before we do. Line 3. Go right ahead, line 3.
Yes, sir. I just saw a post on your screen from a guy on YouTube, I guess, talking about the school, and I'm losing my train of thought. I'm so upset. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. I understand.
He was talking about attending PTA meetings.
Absolutely.
Well, bad idea. If you attend a PTA meeting nowadays and you speak against their will, you will be escorted out immediately. That's all I have to say.
Hold on. So what should parents do?
I have no idea other than close all the schools and start from square one.
The Department of Education, the teachers union, is one of the most powerful unions in America, probably more powerful than the auto workers union, probably more powerful than anything. The teachers union is powerful, extremely powerful. And I don't know how you go after them with the exception of shutting down the Department of Education. You send education back to the states. I don't know how you do it.
Burn it all down.
You might be right. Go full Sherman on Atlanta. Thank you very much for the call.
Because I've gone to PTA meetings, and if you disagree with them, you're escorted out immediately.
Yeah, they don't want a dissenting opinion, do they?
Nope. Thank you, sir.
God bless you. Let me grab this here. I want to show you this one real quick. Well, I thought I had it. Yeah, here we go. We'll grab some calls after this. I think this guy's onto something here. I think he's really onto something. Let's go here.
Controversial opinion. I believe that 3 years of military service should be mandatory for all American males between the ages of 18 and 39. And not that selective service garbage. I mean, you have to do at least 3 years of service to your country or 3 years in a maximum security prison. Your choice. And there's no getting out of it. Because I already know what you guys are thinking. You got a little bit of autism. You got something missing upstairs. You're missing an arm, maybe even a couple legs. Oh, Uncle Sam will find a spot for you. You can even have a felony. In fact, the Marine Corps will take you today, brother. Because in a world of crop tops, bonnets, male purses, video games as sports, it's clear that y'all need it. And it's clear that a lot of you have not served anything other than yourselves. And I mostly feel bad for the American women out there and who you have to trust to lead you. My God. It's a good thing that I'm not president, because I will be shipping y'all asses out tonight.
Is he wrong? Is he wrong? Should all males serve 3 years in the military or 3 years in maximum security prison? I'm going to say he's probably not wrong. Both places will teach you some respect and discipline. One will help you with bowel movements. Well, maybe both if you eat MREs. I think both would be a great place. I really think both would be a great place. Man, we got a troll in here. Thank you to one of my super fans. Really appreciate that. Thank you. We had to flush a super fan. Lines are open. Had to get rid of a super fan. Let's go line 5. You got line 5. Boards are full.
Hey, Ben, this is Richard.
Good morning.
Hey, I agree with that. I agree with that young man. Yes, they all should go to the military. Good training. Second thing, I think our next round of ICE should be investigators. We need to go ask these teachers and these stupid asses these stupid people, what's in your mind? Who's paying you? What is your intent? I mean, you got something going on that you got to tell us about. What can we correct in this government that make you happy? We don't mind obliging, making everybody happy. but it's got to be sensible. Common sense. Let's work with common sense. And what in the hell do you got to do with our kids? Those are our kids. Do it to your kids. Leave our kids alone. Pink Floyd says it the best. Leave the kids alone.
Hey, teacher, leave the kids alone. You're absolutely right. I've said that for a while. I don't care what you do in your dungeon. I don't care what you do in your bedroom. Just leave the kids alone. But now they're weaponizing the kids. They are weaponizing children.
They are, but let us do it first. Let us weaponize our kids against the teachers. Hey, don't listen to her or him or it or that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you for calling, Richard. God bless you. Appreciate the call. There we go. They are weaponizing children. It's obvious. You can't ignore it. Let's go here. Line 2. What you got?
Hi, this is Beth from Louisiana, and I work in the school system.
Oh, God.
And I have to say that when they say, you know, that the parents would be kept out of PTA, they'd be kicked out. You know what? The thing that Democrats do that is, you know, really effective is they get together. They get on Facebook. They go down en masse. And that's what parents need to do. If their school system is not listening to them, they need to get together as a large group, go down, let them kick them all out. Let it be on the news. They need to band together. There's no way that it's going to work without that.
Let me ask you a question. You say parents need to get together. I would say 50% of the people in this chat don't know their neighbors' names. That's my theory.
I agree with that. And that's why utilize Facebook. Find out who's in your area. Because let me tell you, when there's something going on in the school, it's all over Facebook. If something happens at the school that I work at, all the parents are chiming in on Facebook. You want to talk to people, then find out on Facebook who's there, find out who agrees with you, and get together with them. I mean, parents have to get off their butts and protect their children. I am lucky enough to work in a school system that is not woke like I hear the other ones are. But I tell you what, if my grandkids were listening to the kind of stuff that I hear from other school systems, I would band together. We'd get everybody that I know, and we would go down to the school board. They have to get together.
I'm going to tell you right now, I've never been a big fan of Facebook, but because of what you're saying, I realized this a few months ago, and I started a Facebook page for my channel. And you're 1,000% right. People have these little niche communities and groups there. And that's why I signed up for it. Right? Thank you very much for calling. I appreciate you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Great call. And here, I'll show you. Let's go right here. This is my Facebook page for my channel right here. Yeah, you're exactly right. The neighbors that I've had for years, I know, but I don't know these new neighbors. And that was the last 5 years, 10 years. This is my Facebook page right here. You can follow me. We're streaming right there live right now. Right here, the poll in the chat. Okay. I was wrong. Not 50%. 22% of you don't know your neighbors. You need to. You better. It's getting that time. It is getting that time. Lines are up, or lines are open. Sorry. 615-475-7864. Just give me a call. Man, you guys are doing great about picking up on the turning down the audio. I know some of my neighbors' names. We're new to our neighborhood. Go introduce yourself. Find out about them. Let's go here. Chris, Arkansas. What you got, Chris? Chris, your audio is real bad. You're in a holler. You're in a holler. Chris's audio is real bad. Climb up further on the phone pole. The show Green Acres was based in Arkansas. So there you go. I think you're right. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Let's go. Troll under the bridge. What you got, Troll?
Are you awake yet, America? All you who do not want to vote. In the end, it will be your fault that the drugs come back across the border and get trafficked across America and Americans die from it. It'll be your fault that the children get trafficked and whatever ungodly, speakable things happen to them. In the end, it's because of you who sat by idly and did nothing. This will all come to fruition again. It'll be the reason why America is wiped out. Get your butts out there and go vote November.
Troll, let me ask you this. If a Democrat gets elected, how many hours does it take before the border is wide open again?
Oh, it's going to be done on the first day. They said they're going to reopen it right away. It'll be done the very first day. And I'd say probably within the first 30 minutes.
It'll be open. It will be flooded with drugs and every other thing you can imagine. America will be back in the business of transporting kids. I think you're absolutely right. I think you're 1,000% right, Troll. Thank you very much for calling. God bless you.
God bless y'all.
Guys, I'm going to show you a clip here of a kid that obviously has some good parents. Congratulations to the parents of this kid. If anybody knows who this kid is or who the parents are of this kid, let me know. I want to buy him lunch. This is a good kid.
Liberals are freaking out about tariffs. I'm just a kid, and I even know that tariffs can be very good for an economy. Did you know that Andrew Jackson, the only president to pay down the national debt, did it using zero income tax and having only tariffs? Liberals would rather tax citizens on their income and possessions than tariff international organizations. Tariffs, yes. Taxes, no.
Great kid. He's got some good parents. Are you voting for this guy?
Yeah. Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco and your next governor. Election silly season is definitely in full swing. The newest attacks on me are about immigration. Let me make this short, sweet, and to the point. I am completely against amnesty. California's sanctuary state policy must be abolished. It is harming our communities. Any person in jail or prison who is also in this country illegally needs to be sent back to the country they came from immediately. Our immigration system is absolutely broken with a long list of nuances. It is being kept that way by politicians who use it to their advantage for elections. That must end. In the past, when I have said pathway to citizenship, it means that it should not be impossible or take decades for those wanting to become U.S. citizens to get through a broken process. I have friends who have been trying for more than 15 years to no avail. Ironically, the attacks you are seeing against me are being paid for by my opponent, a political strategist who obtained a very expedient pathway to citizenship during the Biden administration's failed immigration years. Everyone should have that ability, not just the wealthy political elite. The next few months are going to be full of attacks on me because both parties know that I am the front runner. One thing you can be assured of, my integrity will remain intact throughout this campaign. I will never lie to you for a vote. Help me save California.
Did he just lie to us for a vote? Wow. Somebody said, who edited that kid's video? That AI nostalgia was Chinatown. I don't think it's edited, but it's up to you to decide. I think the message is pretty powerful. Good luck. Let's go here.
Senator Mitch McConnell doesn't feel like he's on board with this. A lot of us are a little perplexed as to why that might be.
Well, he should be. Kentuckians are. And by the way, it is complete nonsense when you hear again that dolt Chuck Schumer spout this thing about Jim Crow. If he really believed that, then why do they require their own people at the Democrat National Convention to present a photo ID to gain admittance? Tommy, this is complete nonsense. The beauty of it for you and me is Americans are a lot smarter than these political elites in Washington give them credit for. That's why Donald Trump is in office. And that's why they're going to show up next fall to reelect Republicans on both the House and the Senate side. But I will tell you, they're asking us to fight for the things that they voted for, not to sit back and give excuses, but to fight for the things that Donald Trump campaigned on and to make sure that they become law.
There you go. Tom Emmer, I think he's out of Minnesota, either Michigan or Minnesota, I believe. McConnell, he's not all here. Yeah, that's a stretch. That's a nice way of putting it. You want to see somebody else that's not all here? The gaslighting off the charts on this clip. Gaslighting off the charts.
Now, you're not talking about voter ID. That's the way Trump defines it. But you're talking about, now I don't know about California's initiative, but I do know what's going on in Washington, is that some geniuses think that before you can, maybe I have it wrong here, register to vote, you need a passport or your birth certificate. Do you have a passport or your birth certificate?
At the moment,
Do you?
I do. I have
But
both.
millions of people don't. I don't have my birth certificate. God knows how I get it.
How
No,
do you
you're not
feel?
talking about.
You've got a sitting member of the Senate that says he doesn't know how to get his birth certificate. Well, it would probably be in Russian. Let me show you this one. Here. So there's that guy talking about birth certificate. And I believe I found another one of Gavin Newsom saying he doesn't know how to get a birth certificate. Let's go here. Gavin Newsom birth cert. So Bernie Sanders doesn't know how to get a birth certificate. I don't believe Gavin Newsom knows how to either. I found a clip of that, and I wish I would have bookmarked it. Newsom bans California from requiring voter ID. That was in September of last year, right before the election, right? Wow. These people are insane, man. They're unfreaking hinged, uneducated and unhinged. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Let me know what you think. It's just crazy talk. Crazy town. Let's do this. Here's one for you. Line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Hi, this is Kim Bright. I just want to know what you think if there are people, Muslims, praying 5 times a day to Satan. Why us Christians haven't united and we pray 5 times a day to our God, and it's his battle, but where are the troops? Are we on a cruise ship or a battleship? What are we doing? This is spiritual. The fight is not on the ground. It's in the spirit. We need to get moving, get praying. Let's move the atmosphere with prayer. Jericho didn't come down because they stood around. They all went around those walls. They did it God's way. God's way is fight the enemy at the enemy's level. He's there 5 times a day. Get on your knees, your face, begin to ask your God to stand with you.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. If you want to fight the enemy at the enemy's level, I think the level is in the schools. I think the level is in the streets. I think the level is at the gate of Mar-A-Lago.
Yes. But the only way to bring the enemy under submission is the way God would have you do it, and do it his way. Begin to ask him, how do we go about getting into those places to be able to have that voice? We don't have a voice because we're not in those places, because the enemy has people lined up that are nuts with demonic forces in their minds.
Do you think
you
God
gotta get there to those school board meetings? Get your butt in there and begin to proclaim the name of Jesus and say, this is not human against human. This is demonic.
Do you
This
think
is
that
so demonic.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that God picks and chooses people to go and fight the actual battle on the battlefield?
He has.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Samson
he
and
can,
the Philistines.
and he
right?
will. Correct. Little old David. Doesn't take much, does it?
That's exactly right. Thank you for calling,
It's an
Kim.
anointing.
Kim, I
Yes,
appreciate
ask
you.
God for the anointing to get up and begin to speak it
Yeah.
into the atmosphere so that we open up and let them see the unseen.
God bless you. Great call. Powerful call. Man, that's good. She's fired up. That's a good call. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. You better have something good to follow up that call. You better be on fire. What do you got?
My name is George from Shamokin, PA.
Smoking PA.
I'm 82nd Airborne veteran. I worked on nuclear subs 34 years. And the young man you had on a while ago about talking about going to the military or going to prison.
Yeah.
Look at Israel. They have every one of their people go to their military for at least 2 years. And when they get out, they still carry weapons around with them in the country, and they're very patriotic. And I boom shakalaka for the young man you had on a minute ago. Thank you very much, and God bless.
I think you're absolutely right. I just don't know. The big problem is most young people, rather than going in the military, they go and protest the government. They go and protest law enforcement. They go protest ICE. I don't know if there's anything. It's an ideology, and they are being taught to hate America in their schools. So I don't know how you flip the ideology from hating America to going and serving the country. I don't know how you flip that. I don't know how you flip it, because that is something up here. It's ingrained. Right? Now, I told the story of why I joined the military. It's not some patriotic story. I was going to college. I had a really good friend of mine. His dad had amazing stories that I probably can't share here. He had amazing stories. He had a cool tattoo for every darn story. And I was like, man, I got to get me some stories. I got to get me some tattoos. I got to go and experience some of this stuff. So I joined the Navy. He drove me to the recruiter's office. His name was David Puckett. And I don't know if young kids have the time to sit around to hear some of these proverbial stories to get inspired to serve their country. I don't know. I think they're too busy. It's weird. Let's go here. Line 4. What do you got, line 4?
Hey, Ben. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, I just think it's time that we stop playing patty cake with these idiots. Let's go to the board meetings and let's gather together and all go in there and then all get kicked out. Yeah, that'll make the news and blah, blah, blah. These people have made it. I'm sorry, didn't mean to equate them with people. These cockroaches, and I know that's insulting the cockroaches.
It is.
These cockroaches made it very clear that they don't want to talk anymore. So what happens when we stop talking? What happens next?
It's taking it to the streets, and I forget who sang that song.
Yeah.
I forget who sang the song "Taking It to the Streets." So I think it was the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah, I think there's a better song. Elda Nova did it. It's called "Blood on the Bricks." I'd rather see that.
You know, I think we're getting to that point. However, there's a lot of people, and I told the story the other day. I walked out of Sam's Club, and they had a little a fundraiser outside of Sam Club, and it was some dude and this woman that were raising money to stop bullying in schools, and they asked me if I wanted to donate, and I said hell no. And they looked at me like I was a freak, and I was like, and I'll just be blunt, I was like, we need more bullies in schools. All the kids are pussies. We need some bullies in schools, because all the kids are all limp-wristed losers. Everybody gets a trophy. And it's not that I am proud of the bullies, but the bullies taught kids the only way you get away from or teach a bully is punch them in the mouth, or you fight back. And when you get rid of all the bullies and you give everybody a trophy, there's no incentive to speak up, stand up, fight back for yourself.
Well, bullies were the safe version of what life is going to be when you become an adult.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, life's not fair. Bullies aren't fair. Someone's going to steal your lunch money, and that's called the IRS. You know, you got to learn how to stick up for yourself. I was bullied. You know what I did? I started working out, and I took martial arts classes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, if it hadn't been for that, who knows where I'd be today? I definitely wouldn't have taken martial arts classes, and I wouldn't have started my fitness journey. I'm 56 years old. I've been working out since I was 14.
You're absolutely right. Thank you for calling, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Take care. Let's see here. We'll grab some more calls. I know I got a bunch of them lined up, and I'm just trying to get through them as fast as I can. I want to see, what is this? Let's go here. I'm I mean, was Iran behind this? We know what's about to happen in Iran. I don't know. That's a good question in the chat. That's a good question in the chat. Was Iran behind it? Let me see if I can play this clip here real quick, and I'm going to refill my coffee. Let's go here. Let's go here. And I'm going to refill the coffee real quick.
If Trump wishes, he would have died on this day. And I say that with zero sarcasm in my voice,
Here,
by the way.
I'm going to rewind that.
You know, sometimes I wonder if Trump wishes he would have died on this day. And I say that with zero sarcasm in my voice, by the way, because it was at that moment that he was the most universally beloved, especially by the people who had ever voted for him and whoever supported him. And it was at that moment also which everyone had the most appreciation for what he has meant to politics and waking people up over the last 11 years. Like, I'm just going to say it. In an alternate universe, Trump's head gets blown off and Kamala Harris is your president. And the way I've seen some of you guys behave in Black Pill over this last year, some of you absolutely deserve it. We would have had 100% open borders for not one regard for immigration law. And you would have had 0 Epstein files released, by the way, not 3.5 million. And if all that would have happened in our country and foreign policy would have been in chaos, you would have found any reason to complain about Kamala. And you would have given anything to have Trump as your president. Like, it's so funny. So many of you are like, yeah, well, he didn't drain the swamp. And that doesn't look like draining the swamp. And that doesn't. Guys, the swamp tried to move heaven and earth to take this man down over the last 11 years, throwing the entire kitchen sink at him, okay? Every force of nature in our freaking planet tried to take this man down. Like, so many of you love to use the line of, oh, no politician is coming to save us, and no politician is my God. But it is very clear, seeing how emotionally weak so many of you are, where moment to moment, day to day, your emotions are just all over the place based on what's happening in the news cycle or based on what Trump is saying or what he's not saying. It's clear that you did believe that Trump was going to save you and fix everything forever. You see, the reason why I'm happier than so many people when it comes to politics is because I know that only God is coming to save us. Trump was never going to be this knight in shining armor that was going to fix the world forever. And so many of you seem to think that politics is a game to where one day the clock is going to strike midnight and the game is over, and that you're going to have a winner and you're going to have a loser. That is not how politics has ever worked. And it will never, ever, ever be like that. It's all about who can chip away the most when they are in power at that given time. And like I've said in other videos, this last year has proved that so many of you will black pill about just about anything when it comes to Trump, even when it's things that he didn't campaign on. Even without the Epstein stuff, people were losing their minds about anything else when it came to Trump. And I think I know why. Have you guys ever heard that study where they took people who were in a horrible car accident or something like that and lost the ability to use their legs or arms? And then they had another group of people who won the lottery. After a year, their baseline happiness was at the same level. The people who got in the accident started here and went back up to baseline. The people who won the lottery started up here and went back to baseline. I say all of that to say that some of you just need to find God, touch grass, and understand truly that no politician is going to save you.
Wow. Was that a good, was that good? Was that good? I'm telling you, I think that was a good message. I think that was a good message. That is a powerful message from that. I don't know who that guy is. No idea. There's a link in the chat. Somebody just put it there for me to get on the list. Many of you know a lot of the money from super chats and memberships I've started using to send out Bibles. I get some Bibles donated and I'm trying to send those out. And if you want to help, this postage ain't cheap. I'll tell you that. Line 3, go right ahead. Line 3.
Hey, you know, the school system is just really destroying everything. We've got to get rid of it.
How do you think? I mean, they're taking down the Department of Education. Jimmy Carter installed it, and it's been very effective for indoctrinating kids. We're the only country in the world where we allow our enemy to teach our kids. You know.
You know what? Let me read something to you.
I don't have time for you to read anything to me. Just
it's real short. It's from a teacher. He said, When
You'll have to call back. I don't have time for you to read anything to me. I just really don't. I appreciate the phone call, but if you want to give it to me in 30 seconds or less, that's great. But I don't have time for the life stories or for you to read anything. And maybe you could send it to me in a text through the show, and I'll get to it. Okay.
All right.
No disrespect, but I'm
No
always
problem.
short on time.
Go ahead.
God bless you. God bless you. I'm sure the message is powerful, and send it to me. You can text the number on the show here. Thank you very much, DC Power. I really appreciate you. No bedtime stories. Yeah. None of those. Thank you, Ron Chase. Appreciate you. Reminds me of Paul Harvey's Freedom to Chains broadcast. I haven't heard that, but I will check it out. Chad Bianco's sheriff in California. Yeah, he bent the knee. He took the knee to BLM, and I don't know if there's ever any coming back from that. If you bend the knee to BLM, I don't think there's any coming back from it, from my opinion. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. The bending the knee to BLM crossed so many lines for me. But man, Fox News is okay, so they've got that. They dropped the Nancy Guthrie case quickly on there. The best OP. Proud to be an American. Bible is my textbook. Okay. Let's grab a couple more of these. What else do I got here? Let's see. We'll shoot our shot. Paul Harvey, If I Were the Devil. That's a good one. That is a really good one. If I were the devil, well, I'm not, but there's a lot of people that are associating Gavin Newsom with it, right? A lot of people associating Gavin Newsom with it. I don't know about Tucker Carlson anymore. I'm kind of out to lunch on him. I saw that in the chat. Let's go here. Any Steve Bannon folks? Apparently Steve Bannon was trying to get Mike Pompeo in as president. Carl Higbee, I'm glad that you covered this.
Why was he talking about replacing Trump, swapping Pompeo as the VP with Mike Pence, and then using the 25th Amendment to make Pompeo the president? These are text messages with what is assumed to be Epstein, confirmed to be with Bannon. Quote, I like the idea of Pence stepping down in favor of Pompeo, so when it happens, he becomes president. That's from allegedly Epstein. And I'm thinking, it? What do you mean by it? Bannon responding, that is his name, has this been shopped? Epstein replies, Rudy did lay out.
For any Steve Bannon fans in the chat, this is going to be a wake-up call for any Bannon fans in the chat, okay? And I'm sorry if you're not comfortable with it. Bannon might have been one of your guys, right? Bannon might have been one of your guys.
Out impeachment, Pelosi vote, and don't go after Ivanka. Bannon says, great. Great. Impeaching Trump? Well, I mean, we now know Pompeo was not a product of MAGA doctrine and was heavily critical of Trump once he left his first term, showing his true colors. And Bannon wanted him to become president? Am I reading that? There's a possibility that Bannon did nothing wrong and these are being misinterpreted. There's a possibility, giving him the benefit of the doubt here, considering he was, like, I defended this guy. I thought he was good for the administration initially. But there's some splaining to do about beyond talking about a documentary to revitalize Jeffrey Epstein's image. A lot of people have a lot of explaining to do, way beyond the island, way beyond sexual assault and all those, and rape and all those things. The more this stuff comes out, the more people keep getting caught in stuff that makes people like me question absolutely everything. Everything is now up for question. Mostly proving that Trump and all the conspiracy theorists, we were right about a ton of stuff. Keep in mind, first it was the redactions. Okay, we couldn't get all the files. They were redacting them, and then they redacted Les Wexner. Now he's being deposed. Then, when they finally did release all the files, because there was such turmoil to get these things out, once they finally released all those things, they put them up on the government website in such a manner that makes it so difficult to search anything. Something, you have data that spreads out over thousands of pages, but you can only have 10 links per page. So you can only search 10 at a time. And there are hundreds of thousands of links to linking individual pages. It would take one person a lifetime to get through a fraction of it. It takes forever. But you know what? Thank God we got the internet and we got crowdsourcing. And I always tell people at home, you want to be a part of the solution, get on there and start looking this stuff up, because there's a ton of stuff out there. And if we as citizens...
Bannon had a lot of us fooled. I'm one of them. Marjorie Taylor Greene fooled me. Matt Gaetz fooled me. Lauren Boebert fooled me. Nancy Mace fooled me. Massey fooled me. Rand Paul fooled me. Mike Johnson fooled me. I don't know about you. There's some of them that fooled me. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Mace fooled you too. Okay. She fooled me. Nancy Mace fooled me too. All these people have definitely made me start to rethink. Mike Pence, that's a big one. I think he fooled Trump too. Mike Pence talked a very, very good game. But I believe now Trump has assembled a group of people around him that he trusts. Same here, all snakes in the garden, sailor spirit, good call. Yeah, they a lot of them fooled us. For the Bibles. Thank you, DC Power. Real KRO, 10 gift memberships. If you become a member on the channel, let's just go here. I'll show you what you do. If you become a member on the channel, go here to the community post page. Right here, the community post page. I will put a link here. New members. If I can spell. New members. Join private chat. There we go. I'll put a link here for the new members. You go there. It's a private Patriots only Discord chat server. It's on your phone. People chat in there 24/7. And we always try to get new members there. Let me put that there so no other buddy can see it. And this will be for all Patriots. It's 10 cents a day. It's $3 a month is all it is. Helps the cause that I try to put out. So there we go. That's the link there. That's where you go and join in. And it really helps the channel. Really helps what we're trying to accomplish here is what it helps. Hegseth's a solid dude. I like
Newsmax foreign policy analyst, former Trump foreign policy advisor, co-host of War and Freedom podcast, Waleed Ferris. Great to have you, Waleed. Your take.
Let's go here. I want to see if there's any more information coming out about this alleged shooter. I don't know if it's alleged anymore. The guy's dead, right? The guy's gone. Let's go here.
Key here is the word that you pronounced, another attempt. So this is not just the first attempt, the solo attempt. This is now the third, basically. And the analysis depends on if it's bottom up. We're going to look at the gun. We're going to look at his family statement, etc. Look at it as an act of aggression without knowing the motives. But the motives themselves are not sufficient. Look, we are in a context, and the context is very important. That is, we are almost in a pre-war situation with a major hostile enemy regime in the region. And the fact that it's a simplified situation, meaning he's a young man, we don't know if he's connected to the terrorist organization.
It's a good point. We're about to go to war with Iran, or we're about to do something to Iran, and then this happens. Are those connected? Probably.
To do more. He could have been manipulated. We are in a situation right now where a foreign force can. I'm not saying it is the case, but we need to deepen our analysis and the information that we're having. We're going to take more time, but the context is very, very delicate. The context is one of You could, if you are a foreign regime hostile to the United States,
right,
recruit people who can recruit an individual like this. So we're going to give it 50-50 in terms of analysis.
I know you're following what's happening overseas there very closely, Waleed. Iran has threatened to assassinate President Trump, given what we're seeing with potential strike on Iran. But looking at just the guy's name, Austin Tucker Martin from North Carolina, does that rule out that this would have been something with a foreign connection?
That's
okay. So they got a name, Austin Tucker Martin, North Carolina.
Precisely what they would do. A sophisticated foreign service or international terrorist organization are not going to recruit an Iranian who speaks only Persian, who is part of the regime, to come to Mar-A-Lago. You know, he will be spotted immediately and conclusions will be made. They're going to send, if this is the case, the most American type person who has a lot of the domestic problems, family problems, and send him. It's a shot in the dark for them, but that's also more than an attempt. This is a threat. It would be construed as a threat by the regime that we can get there.
Okay, it looks like we've got, it looks like we have some information here as to who this was. This is coming from Laura Loomer. Laura has got the scoop on everything. Let me remove that. Thank you very much. It appears a man named Austin Tucker Martin. Now, let me do this. Austin Tucker Martin reported missing by his family in North Carolina yesterday, according to Post. I found on Facebook. His aunt said on Facebook his family contacted the FBI to report him missing. Is this the same Austin Tucker Martin who was just shot and killed by Secret Service in Mar-a-Lago? Sources told me the name of the U.S. Secret Service agent shot and killed who tried to break into Mar-a-Lago with a shotgun and a gas canister is named Austin Tucker Martin. This is the Facebook post of the missing kid. This could be. It's a weird trio of names. Was heard from last February 21st. Drives a silver Volkswagen. Approximately 6 foot tall. Lives near Carthage, North Carolina. My nephew, Austin Tucker Martin, is missing. Left home. MK Ultra? I don't know all of the MK Ultra stuff. I don't know enough how that program worked. I do believe it used like music. I think it was like what was the song called? Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Is this the guy? Is this the guy? Let's do this. I want to take some calls here. It damn sure looks like it could be. I mean, if I'm just going to say this, would it surprise you? Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Brain benders? Thomas Crook's cousin? Oh, it's Helter Skelter. Okay, sorry. Looks like a loon. I don't know. It's fitting that he's pictures with a dumpster, though. A garbage dumpster. Social media has been scrubbed. Yeah, I don't see anything there. Do you? 21-year-old kid with no social media. That's alarm bells. It's like Ian Carroll. No social media. And just so you know, Ian Carroll's not his real name for any Ian Carroll people. Probably a furry. Why wouldn't it be a furry? Why wouldn't it be a furry? Hey, that's, oh gosh, you're probably right. Let me do this real quick. I wanted to show this for all those watching. Let's go. Dawn, New York. What do you got, Dawn?
Hey, Ben, how interesting. All the attempts are by Caucasian males.
White males.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
White males. The one in Butler was a white male who was in love with a trans.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is all linked. They get these, someone is recruiting these feeble-minded young people. And it's very interesting. And I'm just so happy the president's safe. And good morning. I just wanted to say that. Good morning, Don.
It is very strange that they all sort of get this same cookie cutter type of assailant.
Yeah, the profile of it.
Profile, that's the word. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a profile. It's like even all the mass shootings and everything that are going on. It's the same kind of profile.
Yeah. Let me grab this.
And
I think there's a clip
I think
here.
it's related to the trans community. Thank you, Ben. Good morning.
God bless you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
See if I can grab this here real quick. I think there's Bongino's talking on Fox.
We now have Dan Bongino,
Oh,
former
we saw
FPD,
this
confronted
earlier.
the individual.
We're going to find out.
So
as
can
the
you
fact patterns?
Here, we'll go back over to this real quick. We'll go to this real quick. Let's see.
Was there a backpack involved? Was there some security footage, some security cameras that may have been following this guy sooner? That's the kind of stuff we'll do that.
Hold on. This new infatuation with backpacks is coming from Guthrie.
And to get in there, that's why I'm kind of curious as to, what was, was there a backpack involved? Was there some security footage, some security cameras that may have been following this guy sooner? That's the kind of stuff we're going to find out as the fact pattern starts to emerge. One thing I just want to indicate, sorry, Charlie, if I'm on the phone, so I'm not watching. I don't know who's but the security perimeter around there is, and that's why I said before, we're not really sure if it was an agent or other. It's not just Secret Service agents. You see that in these, movies. It's always the Secret Service agents with the earpiece, but we rely heavily on the fantastic work of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and others. So it appears in this case that was the use of force incident was with them, but it's not all agents, and we rely heavily on local law enforcement for one very simple reason. Obviously manpower, but the second reason is they know the terrain better than anyone. That's their county. They're down there all the time. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So real quickly, can you confirm that the North Gate is the gate that we normally go in and out of if you're visiting Mar-A-Lago, or is there also a gate on the actual north side, as you just mentioned right there, where that butts up against that neighborhood
where do they give them the dumb questions to ask?
North Gate, or is the one that goes out onto US 1?
I'm just operating off preliminary reporting, and I don't want to get ahead of the story for the guys. I want to be very clear on that. It's very important for them to, during the press conference, I think we're going to get a good amount of information, but folks can see who've been there, how the terrain is different on each side. Each presents a different variable security-wise for the Secret Service. So depending on where the entrance was is going to dictate a lot of what went into the decision to use deadly force in that case.
Yeah, and so Dan, we want to lean into your experience as a Secret Service agent and understanding these sorts of things. And from the Secret Service spokesman, Anthony Guglielmi's statement that Charlie just read, we learned that there were no protectees present. And this, of course, if it happens at 1:30 a.m., it's one thing I can imagine perhaps when you are with your protectee, particularly when it is the President of the United States.
There's no bad intentions when you go to the president's house at 1:30 in the morning with gas and a shotgun. Obviously just out like Jussie Smollett. This is MAGA country, right? MAGA country. Give me a break. Gutfeld and Jesse Waters. That's all I watch on Fox. Need ID to buy backpacks without a shadow of a doubt. Somebody said they don't trust Bongino. I want to trust Bongino. Backpacks equal Antifa. You might not be wrong there. You might not be wrong there. I don't know what to trust anymore. They just confirmed it was the missing kid. Okay, let's see here. I'm telling you there, he was there for Ramadan. Yeah, I'm wearing my Razorback hat for Ramadan. Guys, I'm going to get out of here. You guys take care. I'll see you probably tonight. If you want to do a live stream tonight, smash 1 or 2. 1 for yes, 2 for no. We'll probably have some more information about that a little later. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let me know. Love backpacks. Now they have they're going to backpacks. Yeah. I just got the look. Hello, Dave. Hello, Dave. All right, guys. This is the Ben Dyke Show. I'll catch you later. See you this evening. Take care. God bless you.